Shalom, shalom, man. We back. It's the Cali Connect. I'm your brother Shaquat.
Brother Yara'al.
We got your brother Yara'al down there. My brother Yahawada over there. You know, we a Bible school, man. It's the Sons of Thunder. We a Bible school, and we're gonna get into this lesson today. Actually, a news article. Make sure you guys have your King James Bibles. King James, your Apocrypha, and a notepad, you know, so you can take notes and go back to the precepts that we bring out. Because this article might, you know, something in this article might connect with you, and you can always go back and read the precept. So, excuse me. So today, man, we're gonna bring this article out. Here we go. There it is, right there. If somebody want to go ahead and read that, we're gonna read the whole article and then we're gonna break it down.
I can read it out of one. Pastor Tracy Sidnor died after being stabbed 15 times by son. Church prays for its angel.
That's crazy, man. So this brother ended up stabbing his mom. And she was a pastor or a preacher for a church. But go ahead.
Another one. A 40-year-old man has been charged with killing his 61-year-old mother in Brooklyn. The victim was a pastor with a beautiful voice and a beautiful personality, and her Brooklyn church expressed grief for the angel. Tracy Sidner, the executive pastor of Upper Room Baptist Church in Bedford, Stuyvesant, Salakia, if I didn't read that right, was murdered by her son, Kenji Francis, on Saturday, 29th of January. She was stabbed at least 15 times all over her body, including her neck, ear, and hands. The pastor was rushed to Brookdale University Hospital, but unfortunately she passed away and Francis was taken into custody at the house.
Go ahead.
Another one. Kenji Francis has been charged with murder and unlawful activity, dangerous weapon, authorities confirmed on Monday, 31st January. Speaking to the New York Daily News, a police source on Saturday said, It seems like he just snapped. He has no history with mental illness and has no prior arrest. They added that a knife, which is supposedly the murder weapon, was recovered from a bedroom in Sidnor's Brooklyn home on Wyona Street.
So this brother ended up stabbing his mom. Said the brother was 40 years old, and they said he didn't have no history of mental illness or anything like that. You know, he just kind of lost it, I guess, one day, and ended up stabbing his mother like 40 times or something like that. This is a picture of his mom. Like I said, she was a pastor. Oh, I got some stuff to say about this, but let's go ahead and continue right there.
The tragic incident was a blow to the Upper Room Baptist Church, where Sidnor was much loved and respected. The members of the church expressed their grief for the angel, and they also flooded Sidnor with a heartfelt tribute. In a tribute post to the pastor, Yvonne Chambers wrote of Sidnor's love of God. On Facebook, she said, I have no idea when we spoke Tuesday evening and decided to cancel our trip to Albany, Georgia. That would be our last conversation. I am glad that we ended with I love you, cuz. You were the consummate lady. You didn't hide your love for God. I am grateful for our conversations around how you knew you were called to the ministry. I, being tone deaf, envied a good way your beautiful voice. I am grateful we finally got to celebrate your 60th birthday.
All right. Let's go ahead and read this right here. That should be it.
In another heartfelt message, Ernest L. Ward III, who knew Sidnor since they were a teenager, wrote, She's always been so supportive. Tracy's voice was memorable. I often reminisce about the song she led. A true angel on earth has returned home.
Oh yeah. Let's read this last part.
According to a report by the New York Daily News, Sidnor had only been an executive pastor for the congregation for 2 full months. After being appointed in November, she had grown up attending the church and later led its choir. The publication also reported that Bishop J. Carl Henderson of the Upper Room Baptist Church offered prayers for her family during a sermon at the church on Sunday. God bless you, and please, my sister. Please, my brother, continue to pray for the family, her children, her siblings, and her extended family, and our church family as a whole. He said, our church is suffering a loss.
Man. So what y'all think, man? I mean, I got something I want to say, but what y'all think? I want to get y'all opinion.
The first precept, man, that I got. First of all, this is a horrible tragedy. Any way you look at it. I mean, a son killing his mother. I mean, of course, precept jump out. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long. That's found in the book of Exodus. But I want to grab 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and verse 8.
Chapter 5 and 8. Come. 2nd Esdras chapter 5 verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Right, and it is confusing in many places right now. There's confusion all over. Confusion just, in the world, period. Confusion of people don't even know what gender they are or want to, talk about changing their genders. That's confusion, man. Confusion, dudes wanting to have babies, wanting to be impregnated is confusion. Confusion about who people are serving. Confusion about the law of the Most High is just, this world is filled with confusion right now. But go ahead.
And the fire shall be oft sent out again. The wild beasts shall change their places. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Right. Menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Right. It's not talking about actual little beast or anything like that. It's talking about this woman who brought forth this son. Dude is a monster. He turned and killed his own mama, stabbed her over 15 times. He was a monster to do something like that. The woman who brought you into the world. The scriptures tell you you're supposed to honor thy father and thy mother. Right? So that's what we see. We see menstruous women bringing forth monsters. Brothers out here on these streets killing each other, shooting each other. I was just looking at something earlier today where it was talking about, the brothers who killed that rapper Young Dolph. And the whole time while he on the run, he making videos, and in his videos he's rapping about, basically how he killed him. Now it's all about the clout chasing. All in the music. That's all these dudes is wanting to talk about. They wanting to chase the clout. They want to go shoot a op so they can make a song about it and gain the clout. These are monsters that these women are bringing forth. Then, if you could, I want to grab Matthew 24 and 12. There was another, I just seen another video. I didn't even know about this one, talking about the kid, because he's a kid. He was 19 and 20 years old, talking about he had he didn't beat the case, so he had to make the chase. And then it's like to keep or something like that.
A little take cake, I don't know what we're talking about.
What's his name?
Little TK.
Little
Yeah,
I had never heard of that before, but just in looking at the Young Dolph news and seeing about the dude who's being charged with allegedly killing him, this one comes up and I'm like, man, I ain't even never heard of this. But this dude is going to jail basically for life for killing 2 people. And he went on the run and and while he's on the run, he's making rap videos talking about, I didn't beat the case, so I had to make the chase.
Oh,
wicked. Bring that out, Matthew 24 and 12.
Comes book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right, and the love is waxed cold because iniquity is bound. When you got brothers making songs and rapping about killing another so-called black man, killing another so-called Mexican man, rapping and making songs about it, and then you got people who want to post free TK, and the dude is making songs about murdering people. The love of many is waxed cold. When you can turn on a YouTube and you can watch videos of brothers being gunned down and taking their last breaths, the love of many is waxed cold. When you can read the news articles of a son stabbing his own mother 15 times, the love of many has waxed cold. I'll yield with that.
Man, I really want to touch on a couple things. You got anything to say, y'all?
Yeah, I kind of want to follow up on what Adam was saying, and what he was saying is so deep, because these young ones are becoming so evil and so wicked, just like the book of Ezra, Second Ezra told us, they're literally becoming monsters. Like, growing up, to us, monsters was some goblin, something that we see on TV. We see like Candyman, all these different kind of scary movies. That's what we would picture as monsters. Now you can see that the end is near by seeing that now these young kids and their teens, they're the monsters. They're becoming so wicked. They don't even care about. They don't care about their lives. Look at that brother. He was singing a song about running from the cops. Like nowadays, especially as we get older, that we understand what's going on. We actually seeing this in a spiritual way. Like we do our best to stay away from all of Esau's devices. We do our best. It's hard, but we do our best. These young kids don't care no more. They're just becoming such monsters. Look at the kind of heinous crimes they'll do. They'll go murder somebody just for no reason, but to murder your own parent, to me, it's just like that's like the most wickedest thing you could even think of. And I want to get a precept, and this is a judgment for that. And this is the book of Exodus 21 and 17 out of 1. Exodus 21:17, Bible Shop.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 17. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death.
That's a judgment right there. That's what's gonna happen to anybody that's cursing their parents. That's cursing your parents. Cursing your parents doesn't mean you're giving them the F-bomb or flipping them off. Look what you are putting your parents to death. You're gonna be put to death. Of course we gotta pray. Yahushua has, they found grace and mercy on us. Hopefully that brother gets that too. But if not, you're gonna surely die, because that's just like the border of wickedness. You're becoming just like your enemy. You're becoming just a damn disgusting rabid animal by doing that. With that, I yield out of 1.
Speaking on judgment, that's exactly what I wanted to get into. Really, give me 1 Peter 4:17.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
This sister was supposed to be a preacher of a church. You know what I'm saying? And with her being a preacher, even though that it's not law that a woman ain't supposed to be put over a man, right? That's not the law. But Paul referenced that, right? Paul told us that a woman is not supposed to teach over a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that that's what she was doing. And, you know, she was supposed to be teaching the children how to be righteous, you know, how to be holy, how to be, you know, not lovers of self, how to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Let me look at my notes real quick. There's a word I was looking for. Shamefaced, right? And this was a judgment.
It's like it.
She leading the flock to a whole different direction. You know what I'm saying? As being a pastor. Go ahead.
I got that precept for you. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp your authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Come on. You know, she, like I said, she ain't supposed to be being the head, I think it said the head pastor within the last 2 months. Like that was her full-time job. She was definitely having authority over men. And that's a no-go according to Paul, right? Keep reading, go chapter 5, verse 1 through 3.
Come, this is book of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being in samples to the flock.
Like I said, although this right here is mainly talking about men, right? But as a woman, again, she is supposed to teach the kids, teach the little girls, you know, how to be holy, how to be, you know, not a drunkard, you know, all that kind of stuff. She, you know, teach them how to be modest. What else? Just learning how to be a woman and be a woman of the Most High God, right? Get me Titus 2, 3. Titus 2, 3. And then we're gonna read the Psalm.
Come the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
Wow. Read number 3 one more time.
Another one. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things.
The aged woman, this woman was pretty high in her age, right? To become a pastor of a whole church, she was obviously up in her age. She knew the Bible, you know.
Salakia. The article said that she was 60 something.
So she definitely knew the Bible, you know. She knew the Bible. I don't know if she went to seminary school or she just became somebody just nominated her to be a pastor. The article didn't say none of that, but she definitely knew the Bible. And if she was in her 60s, she was definitely an aged woman. You know, she's supposed to be teaching the women how to be set apart, you know, how to be separate from everybody else, right? Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it tells us that we above all people. We are holy people to the Most High. We separate from everybody else. You know, she's supposed to teach the girls and the women not to be lying on people. right? They say not false accusers. Don't be lying on people, telling people somebody did something when they didn't. Not giving too much wine. They're not supposed to be drinking to get drunk. They're not, it's all right to have a little sip here and there, and be social and stuff like that. But she's supposed to be teaching them, don't get drunk, and teachers of good things. Read verse 4 one more time.
Con. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
Like I said, not trying to be drunk. You got to teach them she's supposed to be teaching them to be sober, to love their husbands. Our women today, all they want to talk about is getting the bag. What can you do for me? What I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I was on Clubhouse when it first started. Well, when I first got on there. I kid you not. I seen this room and I ain't gonna lie, I went inside the room, right? And the room was talking about how to get a sugar daddy. Right? And this sister, she was saying, it was a bunch of chicks on the stage talking about, oh, this how I got my sugar daddy, this how much he pay on me, this how much he do this for me, and I don't give him nothing. I just talk to him. This one chick said, if he ain't giving me $5,000 a month, I don't deal with it. I said, damn, where the hell are we going? Where's our women go? Who taught these women this stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. I want to get back into this article real quick. I'm gonna share one.
It's a lot here.
No, go ahead.
Just to let me back off of what we read in Titus 2. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. See, the problem is, man, our aged women, they're not doing that. They're not being an example to the younger women about how they are supposed to conduct themselves as women, right? And so because of that, because they're not examples to the young women, they're too busy trying to still relive when they were younger. They don't want to step into that role as, okay, now you know what, I'm supposed to be an example. I can't do these things no more. These certain, these types of acts aren't funny to me. I'm not going to sit up here and giggle about stupidity. And they're not leading an example. And that goes the same for our older men too, because our older men are supposed to be leading the younger men. But if everybody wants to sit up and try to rewind the hands of time and want to live out their glory years and can't deal with the fact that, now I am an elder and I'm supposed to be carrying myself in such a way, not to mention that the word of the Most High tells me how I'm supposed to conduct and handle myself. But people aren't living by the word of the Most High.
Right.
They take it as a joke. They take it as a plaything. They're not really serious about what this word is actually saying and really trying to apply what this word is saying, really applying that to their lives.
So like the other one.
Yeah.
God, and that's what you guys are bringing out. A lot of these women, they don't want to listen. They of course, they're supposed to be good teachers, but to become a good teacher, you gotta be able to be taught first.
Right.
That's a horrible story. May Yahweh have mercy on her soul. May Yahweh hopefully raises her up on the day of judgment. But it's just our people do not want to listen. They want to be teachers, but they don't want to be taught. It would have been nice if she would have had a head, like as we call it, to be over her, to help her guide herself through this walk, to walk in this truth. Because I'm pretty sure if she read the Bible, she read these scriptures that we brought out. Right. I'm pretty sure when they read it, they ignore them because these scriptures actually cut what they believe in. But the main reason why is because they lack wisdom and they don't want to listen to wisdom. They don't want to listen to counsel. They don't want to listen to what like men that are learned are bringing out. So Bob somebody give me a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verses 11 through 13.
Get that, I'm looking for something real quick.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 11. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
But Wisdom of Solomon out of one? Am I in the right one? Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 11?
Salaki. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Salaki out of one. You're on the right. I'm Salaki. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 11. Salaki, the water out of one. My bad.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 11. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hurt is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable.
So anybody that despises his wisdom, anything they try to bring out of it is gonna be, they're doing it for nothing. It isn't profitable. There's nothing fruitful comes out of it. You know, because you have to look. Wisdom is this. Wisdom corrects you. Wisdom helps you guide through this life, and that goes for that sister that lost her life, and for that Jake, which is her son. I'm pretty sure both of them would not take no wisdom. They were those kind of people that would say, I know what I'm doing. I kind of know what I'm doing in this life. I don't need no correction or understanding from nobody. Can I continue out of one?
Their wives are foolish, and their children wicked.
And that goes back to what Shaquan was talking about these women talking about they need a sugar daddy. They need somebody to take care of them. Okay, guess what? That sugar daddy doesn't take care of you. He's probably gonna get you pregnant, and guess what? He's gonna give you a wicked seed. He's gonna give you a wicked mind, because you're doing everything to. We go back to I want to say 2 Peter's or 1 Peter's. You're doing everything for lucre's sake. You're doing it just for the money, you know. And it goes back to these sisters that are these big pastors in churches. You're doing it all for your own vain. You don't want to listen. So guess what? You're creating monsters, as Adawan Yehuda brought it earlier. Go ahead, Adawan. Continue.
Their offspring is cursed, wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls.
It's almost the same thing that Paul taught us men. I really want you to have no wife, so you can just focus on this truth. He's almost giving advice. It is almost giving advice to the women that, you know, a lot of our women, they rush to wanting to be married. I need a man. I have that baby fever. You know, but all they're gonna do is continue wickedness. They're gonna bring to all these monsters, because they're not doing it with wisdom. They're doing it just because it's the thing to do. My friends are having kids. Everybody's having money. I'm gonna get a man with money, and hopefully he gets me pregnant. And guess what? They're thinking foolishly. So that's why their seed is cursed. Their offspring is cursed. And right there till the latter end of that verse is telling, better off are the women that have no kids. They're the ones that says that have not known a defiled bed. It's better if you're not even known a man, because you will get your reward when the visitation of souls. What is that? That's the day of judgment. That's the day when Yahweh returns. So it's almost better they don't even have no kids. You know, that's almost, you know, if you just want kids for all the wrong reasons, or you want to just be this wife for all the wrong reasons, it's just better if you stay single and just follow the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. How you?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get back into this article real quick. That I want to make. Somebody go ahead and read this right here.
Another one, I got you. In a tribute post to the late pastor, Yvonne Chambers wrote of Sidner's love for God on Facebook. She said, I had no idea when we spoke Tuesday evening and decided to cancel our trip to Albany, Georgia, that would be our last conversation. I am glad that we ended with, I love you, cuz. You were the consummate lady. You didn't hide your love for God. I am grateful for our conversations around how you knew you were called to the ministry. I, being tone deaf, invited a good way and envied in a good way your beautiful voice. I am grateful we finally got to celebrate your 60th birthday.
So I want to touch on two things in this paragraph here. Where's that? You mean I'm glad that you didn't hide your love for God, right? And then I also want to hit, I am grateful we finally got to celebrate your 60th birthday. All right, so number one, she says she didn't hide her love for God. So if she loved God, then obviously, she would do what God, the Most High, told her to do, right?
Facts.
Let's get 2 John. This is how I'm assuming if she didn't hide her love for God, then she knew God, right? Get 2 John 1 and 6.
This is the book of 2 John, verse 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye shall walk in it.
Gone. So if she loved God and she knew God, she would have walked in his commandments. Right? We seen a picture of her, and let's see, let's get this. Where's she at? Wearing this, right? To our culture, this would not be modest apparel. She's wearing pants. God said, "Don't wear pants." That's Deuteronomy 22:5, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is it's not modest apparel. Right, she's there. I don't know if that's a wig or if that's her real hair.
That's a wig.
God,
I'm gonna say that is a damn wig.
I don't know if that's a wig or what, right? Some other clothes. I mean, where is it at? She has something else.
All she wearing is pants. That's all you see. Tight fitting clothes.
Tight clothing, but yeah, if she loved God the way they said she did, then she would keep his commandments. Like I said, the commandment was not to wear pants, and that's what she was doing. Give me Titus 1:15. I'll read the 15.
The book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. God. They profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto very good work reprobate.
In the works they deny the Most High God. Oh, I love God. I do this, I do that for him. I read the Bible, I pray every day. But you eat abominable foods. You wear clothes that he wouldn't approve of, right? You're disobedient. You go to church on Sundays. You worship on Sundays. And it say, and into every good work is reprobate. All that stuff that you're doing is worthless. It don't matter no more. You saying that you know him and you love him, but everything you're doing is going against what he's saying, right? We're gonna go to 1 John 2 and 3.
So 1 John 2 and 3. This book, 1 John chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
She ain't keeping none of his commandments from what we're seeing, right? The truth ain't in her. She lying. I had a brother tell me, oh, I have a personal relationship with God. I don't have to do any of all that stuff. That's not what John said. John said, if you know him, you're gonna keep his commandments. And if you say you know him and you don't keep his commandments, you lying. You a liar. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything you want to hit on that?
Yeah, kind of one. It's just a very it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. I mean, a lot of people might be saying, like, why are you guys even talking about this? Because it's the truth. A lot of our people are being judged because they're not following Yahweh. They're saying they love the Most High, but they're not doing anything that the Most High told them to do. You know, clearly the sister, of course, she was probably in her own pride and saying, I can wear whatever I want to wear. Jesus knows my heart. That's probably I can guarantee that's gonna be the number one answer she's gonna say. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not her fault because she's been taught to say all that. You know, but that's the most important thing. To love Yahweh is more than an action than you're saying it.
Like it, King.
Go ahead, Adawan.
It is her fault.
There you go.
Even though we was taught what the Bible says. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved.
That's right.
A workman and rightly dividing the word, right? It said, and we're not studying to show ourselves approved to man. We're not studying to show ourselves approved so we can go out on the street and teach, or we can stand up in a pulpit and teach. We're studying to show ourselves approved to the Most High.
That's true.
Right? That we know this word. And now she called herself a so-called pastor. How you a so-called pastor and you don't know this book?
Right.
You don't know this word. And I just want to let me back off of what Shaquat was just bringing out. And I want to get it because this is key, man, because a lot of our people, I'll even still see, you know, they're asked, oh, am I going to go to hell because I wear pants? You know, that's a big thing for a lot of these women who don't want to, you know, wear dresses. Oh, it's okay, I can put on pants. Grab me the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. And then I also want the scripture that Adawan called in Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Because we're going to dead that argument right now. We're going to dead it.
Final one. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear
he just don't mind.
The Lord hateth all abomination. And they that fear Yahweh love it not.
The Most High hates all abomination. And if you fear the Most High, you're not going to do it. You're going to hate it also. The Most High hates an abomination. What does he say about a woman wearing pants? Let's get that. Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 22 and 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
They're what?
All that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Bring that out again in Sirach. What does Sirach say?
The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear Yahweh love it not.
And what is it when a woman wears a man's pants? What is she?
An abomination.
So that deads that whole argument. When they be like, oh, the Most High doesn't mind if I wear pants. No, it's an abomination to him. And he hates all abomination. And yet this pastor, in almost every photo we looked at, is walking around in pants. And then women want to holler, oh, well, they have women pants. You know, pants just don't pertain to a man. You know, that's what they love to say. But then again, when you go into a building, the universal code, how everybody know whether they're going into a female's restroom or a male's restroom is because of that little stick figure that's depicted on the door. You know you going into the man's because he's wearing what would be called trousers in the old days. You know you going into the females because she has on a dress. Now you're on that point.
And also, you know, I was on TikTok the other day, and this woman pastor was getting interviewed, and she was talking about, well, the interviewer asked her, so what do you think about women teaching in the church? So obviously she goes to Paul, and she was like, you know, people say that Paul says that women shouldn't have authority over men and they shouldn't be teaching in the church. She tried to flip it and was like, that was just for that time.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, shoot, you might as well throw the whole Bible away, because it was just for that time. You can't pick and choose what you want to accept from Paul and what not to accept. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to accept Paul's writing, you got to accept all of it. You can't just, oh, well, he was just saying that part just for that because he was talking to them in that point of time. Oh, he was talking to the Galatians in this point in time. He was talking to, you know, the Corinthians in this time. No, Paul was saying the same exact thing in every book, but he was just writing it in a way that they would understand it. You know what I'm saying? And to line me back off of the Deuteronomy 22 and 5, get Zephaniah 1 and 8.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such are clothed with strange apparel.
He coming back to kill everybody. If Yahushua came and cracked the sky right now, and you was wearing some pants and not wearing the modest apparel, off with the head. And the fella, if we was out here in the sky crack and we don't got our fringes on or our ZZs on, off with the head. Strange apparel, man. If a dude was out here in the sky crack and he wearing a skirt, being one of them Transformers, off with the head instantly. You know what I'm saying? So that goes with what Yahweh was saying, that some people say, oh, well, is God gonna hate me or is he gonna kill me if I wear pants or if I, you know, wear this or wear that? That's exactly what that just said right now.
God,
You know
it's
what
like it.
Yeah.
Because you just said the woman was saying that, oh, that only applied in that time, and they say he was just speaking, in this time period, or even that, they try to say, oh, it's not, that's not law or whatnot. Paul was just speaking of himself. I want to grab 1 Corinthians 14, and then let's go to we'll start at verse 34.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your woman keep silence in the church. It is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Hold on, saith what?
Saith the law.
Okay, so the law commands for the woman to be in obedience. Well, where does the law say that? Let's go to Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16.
This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. So the woman is called to be in obedience to her husband, right? As saith in the law. Then let's go back to 1 Corinthians 14, and then let's get verse 37.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 37. if any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord.
So this woman claims to be spiritual, right? She's calling herself a pastor, calling herself teaching, right? Paul says, if any man claims to think himself, any woman claim to think themselves this, let them acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. Paul says you are not supposed to be teaching men. You are not supposed to be usurping authority. You are supposed to be in obedience. As it says in the law being the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, as it says in Genesis, that the husband would rule over thee. What does that say? That the woman was first in transgression. What is that? Is that Timothy?
Adam was first.
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, this is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. I'll start at 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to absorb authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman deceived was in the transgression.
So, I mean, that the woman is not supposed to be teaching the man. Point blank. The woman is not supposed to be up in a pulpit calling herself teaching men. As Adawan brought out, she's supposed to be teaching the children. She's supposed to be teaching the younger women. Teaching the younger women how they are supposed to be as a woman, how they are supposed to be as a wife, how they are supposed to be as a mother. Our women are lacking that. They're not being shown how they are to handle themselves or conduct themselves. In my own household, I have my banwa, who I'm trying to raise in this word, but I have women who are in my family that's not in the truth, that goes against everything that I'm trying to teach them. Horrible examples. I yield.
John, I don't want to. If I may, you know, man, when you hear, when anybody hears us talking about that the end is near, like we mean that. You know, this story, and this isn't the last one. We're gonna hear more. Maybe, man, we're gonna be real. We're gonna hear them more often. We might hear them tomorrow. We might hear them later on today. But this is all in the scripture. This is all prophecy. If I could please get a 2 Timothy 3, chapter 3, and let's start at verse 1, and we'll read to verse 2.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
God, so in these last days, gonna be dangerous times. That's what it's telling us. Nowadays, our people just love themselves. They just care about themselves. They don't care about their parents. They don't care about nobody but just themselves. They're just lovers of every lucrative thing out here. You know, so this is all prophecy. We're starting to see it. That son did not love his mother. She did not love her at all. All he cared was about himself. He probably got mad over something so small and stupid, as most of the stories that we hear is always over something so dumb. It could be even over money. It could be over not letting him borrow the car, or maybe she's trying to be a man and trying to tell him how to run his life, and he's already, how old was he? 40 years old.
God.
You know, he probably didn't like the way she was tying him. She probably didn't have a husband to correct him. Like, nah, let the man tell the son what to do. But even the son's still supposed to honor the mother. But this is just showing us that in these last days, it's gonna be dangerous out here. It's very dangerous out here. So some of us are even not scared, but we don't want to approach certain people because we don't know what's up with them. We gotta test the spirit first before we even get them close to our family or close to our circle. And I want to get Yahushua even told about this. We get to a book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 12.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 12. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death.
That's your house of telling us this. What happened to his sister? That's exactly what Yahweh told him to happen. These kids are putting their parents to death. How wicked is it? It does not get more wicked than that. See, we're supposed to see that nowadays because these are the last days. We are in the last days. These stories are going to be more common. You see parents killing their kids. You see the kids killing the parents. It's like an ongoing story. It's becoming as normal as waking up in the morning, and it's being fresh right now. That's how normal these kind of stories are becoming. Why? Because we are close to death. That's why we're out there prophesying weekly and on these classes, weekly, daily, nightly, trying to tell our people to repent. That's the main reason why we're doing this, because the times are coming. Now you a lot of ones.
Just writing this down real quick. I also want to get on another piece of the article where she talks, she says right here, I am grateful we finally got to celebrate your 60th birthday. Now, if she knew the Most High and she read the Bible, she would know that we are the children of Israel, the descendants of Jacob, right? And the Most High told us to be separate from everyone else. She would know that we don't celebrate birthdays, right? Let's get Exodus 11 and 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So not just the Egyptians, but the Most High put a difference between us and every other nation on this planet. We not supposed to do what they do, right? Jeremiah 10, I believe it says not to do as the heathens do, right? And you know, the Egyptians, they celebrated their birthdays. The Greeks celebrated their birthdays. Where's that? Genesis 40 and 20.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 40 and verse 20. And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler, Salakia, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants.
So when you read this story, this is about Joseph. He was going to interpret the Pharaoh's dream, right? But what we see here, like I said, the Egyptians, they celebrated birthdays. We, as a nation of people, have, or even a bloodline, we have never celebrated our birthdays, right? We thought it was an actual curse to us to even be born.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Get Jeremiah 20 and 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 20 and verse 14. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed.
Cursed be the day wherein I was born. I shouldn't be celebrating. You know, actually, you know what? Somebody, I work with this Ethiopian dude, right? He's my partner where I work at, and I asked him, "Oh, what you got going on?" This was last week. I asked him, "What you got going on this weekend?" He's like, "Oh, it's my mom's birthday." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "You celebrate birthdays?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't. You know, as Israelites, we don't do birthdays anymore." And the crazy part is, he's a deacon of a church, right? So,
And Kush,
right? Kushite, right? He's a deacon of a church, right? And he asked me, "Yeah, dude, you celebrate birthdays?" I said, "Nah." Yeah, I said, "You don't find nowhere in the Bible where they celebrate birthdays." He's like, "What? You don't give your mom a day, you know, to say thank you or anything like that?" I said, "Well, you can do that every day. Why you need to, you know, give her one special day?" He's like, "Because it's your mom." And I'm like, "Well, check this out. When you telling her happy birthday, you worshiping her. You're not giving praise to the Most High for that day. You're not going to God and saying, 'Thank you, God, for having my mother here another day, another year.' You're not doing that. And everybody else that come celebrate with her isn't doing that either." And he was like,
cut to the heart.
right. And he was like, "Damn, I didn't think about it like that." And I was saying, "Hey, it's another perspective, you know. Don't take my word for it, you know."
Zalak,
Go ahead.
I just want to hit up another precept for that Jeremiah that you brought out.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, "Let the day perish wherein I was born,
Mm-hmm.
and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived." Right? And that's the thing. So, and to that same point that you was bringing out about being thankful that someone makes another year, why you not thankful that someone just made it another throughout the night?
Right.
Ain't no day promised.
Right.
It's not promised we go wake up the next day. That's just something that we expect. When we go to sleep, we expect, "Oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow." But that's not promised. You can die in your damn daggone sleep
Yep.
and not wake up the next day.
That's right.
Not to mention that, hey, in Exodus it tells us to honor thy father and thy mother. So that's something we're supposed to be doing daily anyway. We're supposed to be thankful. Hey, thank the Most High that my mother or my father is still with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't. My father is going on to sleep with the fathers. You know, and unfortunately, I didn't talk with him before he passed on. You know, we didn't have a relationship. So when I stood in front of his casket, you know, a whole bunch of emotions hit me because there's so many questions and so many things that I wanted to ask him that I couldn't ask him anymore. You know, that I couldn't talk with him about anymore. But had I been following the scriptures, had I been raised up, you know, to keep the law, keep the commandments, and to honor my father and my mother, I would have never cut off that relationship with my father.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up listening to Tupac, you know, talking about, you know, in the song Dear Mama, talking about when he says the line about his dad.
Because the coward wasn't there.
Right, he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't taught right, and we picked up and we've adopted all of these other ways, the ways of the heathen. We've adopted, oh yeah, to celebrate someone, and now we done took it even further, being niggas, No longer is it just about the day. Now we want to talk about, oh, it's my month. It's my birthday month. It's turn up all month. So now you're not just celebrating the day. You're celebrating yourself for a whole month.
Right.
That's wicked as hell.
Right.
Not you.
You know, read Jeremiah 20 and 18. Jeremiah, he tells you pretty much why, you know, the day should be cursed.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 18. Wherefore came I forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame.
So as soon as he came out the womb, all he seen was sorrow, that his people was in captivity, his people was getting shot, killed, you know what I'm saying? Current times, you know, getting shot and killed, we getting discriminated against, we on the bottom of the totem pole. So why should we celebrate us another year not giving praise to the Most High? Why should we celebrate that when our people is still at the bottom of the totem pole? There should be no reason for that. You know what I'm saying? All we do is work. I work damn near 80 hours a week. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay taxes on a street that I can barely walk on. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay taxes on a property that's supposed to be mine.
Right.
Something I bought and I gotta pay taxes on it. And if I don't
pay those taxes, they gonna take it from you.
They're gonna take my joint. Right? They gonna take my place. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's crazy to me, man. Yeah, and the Ethiopian dude was like, damn, I didn't even see it that way, you know. I'm a deacon and dang, that's just something new to me. I said, yeah. It's gonna be a lot of stuff new to you coming your way.
That's right.
Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 6. We're gonna read 7 through 9.
The book of 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 9 out of 1.
Chapter 6, and we're gonna read 7 through 9.
Chapter 6 verses 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus, carrying ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
And whose would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. So
in the Maccabees, the Greeks was trying to force the Maccabees to celebrate the king's birthday. And if they didn't, they would be put to death. Now, some of us would just be like, I mean, I'm just going to help them celebrate his birthday. I don't want to die. But we know the Maccabees, they stuck to their guns. They knew what the Most High was about. You know what I'm saying? They knew that if they was to do what the Greeks wanted them to do, the Most High was going to put them to death. So they would rather be put to death from the Most High than be put to death by the Greeks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let me get one more precept. Where's that? I think, Leviticus 18 and 3. And that's all I got right here.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall not ye Salakia. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
So bringing this to current times, it says after the doings, after the customs of the land that we live in, right? Egypt, any land that we live in as Israelites all around the world, we are not supposed to do the customs of what that land does. Today,
No, Salakia, I'm just agreeing.
Today here in America, us, I'm gonna say Gentiles, right? Us Gentiles follow everything that American culture tells us to do.
Facts.
Birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July, Valentine's Day just passed. I seen some on TikTok the other day. The sister was like, you know, I spent $2,000 on my boyfriend for Valentine's Day, and he didn't get me anything.
Dumbass.
Why in the hell did you spend $2,000?
Right?
Were you supposed to be doing that all throughout the year?
That's cap.
You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, good man.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But
actually worse and worse.
it's worse and worse, right? But yeah, man, I wanted to end it on that note. You know, if any other your brothers got anything else to say, you know, we just not supposed to do what the people do in the land of our captivities, man. Set apart, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Y'all got something to say? You got something to add on?
Nah, I don't want.
No. All right. So again, this is the Cali Connect. You guys can check us out. Check out the Sons of Thunder YouTube.
That's right.
.com/Sons of Thunder. You can sign up for our Patreon if you haven't done that already. Sons of Thunder. Patreon.com/Sons of Thunder. Make sure you guys check us out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, all through the week, and Saturdays we go live on Facebook. We got all different kind of shows or classes that you wanna go and learn something new, man. So closing us out, I'm your brother Shaquat,
Brother Yahweh,
Brother Yara'ah,
and we're the Sons of Thunder Israelite. This is the Cali Connect. This is What's the Word, episode number 7. Shalom.
Shalom.